don't want any trouble. So, ladies and wait a minute. Let me double check first. How do you say your first name?
Porfirio Garcia.
Okay, Mr. Garcia is here.
There you go.
Porfirio?
Yes.
Is that close enough?
That's very good.
Porfirio Garcia. All right. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. I am Pastor Kevin. I am feeling pretty good today. We have Porfirio Garcia here with us today. And, of course, Mr. Garcia is running for the Waukegan School Board. And, of course, you know we've had the likes of Brandon Ewing down here. We've had Lonzo Jenkins here. We've had Ed Kendall here. And now we also had Miguel Rivera and Michael Rodriguez, who are all challengers for the current Waukegan School Board. And that's an awesome thing, because it's nice to know that we have so many individuals that are very concerned about not just our community, but the children in our community. With no further ado, why don't we do this? Why don't we give Porfirio the opportunity? Is that okay? Am I saying that okay?
Good. Perfect.
Perfect. Porfirio Garcia, the opportunity to simply introduce himself. I'd love to see who he is, where he's from, how long you've been in the area, and let's get some views concerning your current position as you seek a seat on the Waukegan School Board. Why don't you do that? Why don't you introduce yourself this morning?
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. My name is Porfirio Garcia. I am a resident of Waukegan since 1997-98. Currently a real estate brokerage in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I am originally born in Mexico, the state of Jalisco, Michoacan, Mexico, and immigrated to the United States back in 1980. My father obviously moved us out here. And since then, of course, graduated from San Fernando High School, grew up in the San Fernando Lake, Los Angeles County, in California. Moved to Illinois back in 94, approximately, and graduated from Northeastern Illinois University as a bachelor's degree in education.
Bachelor's degree, education. Mm-hmm. Well, that's always a good thing, man. Mm-hmm. I tell you, Now, let's specifically talk about the Waukegan School Board for a few minutes.
Sure.
I do understand that this is your first time running.
Yes.
Which is, in order to run or do anything, there has to be a first time. And of course, your name and your face has been out in our community for a very long time. Yes. I have seen your face. Mm-hmm. It seems like every time I turn a corner, there you are, with your business. But how does it feel right now as you prepare for the Waukegan School Board? How does it feel to you?
I feel good. Obviously, very proud to live in Waukegan, mm-hmm. And yes, this is the first time running for a position by where I need to be elected. Mm-hmm. But as a person, as an individual, I have been in Waukegan and have a sense of duty, and I feel a social responsibility really to my community. So I have been engaged besides my business. I have been volunteering in different areas of the community where it has taken this side of just being involved, educating, communicating, and of course organizing different areas. As an example, when I got involved in one of the larger activities, we were there was a group of parents that had their children who wanted to play soccer.
Okay.
And so they were not organized. They had, roughly speaking, around 100 children. Okay. And long story short, my son was 5-6 years old. I got involved, and we took that league into what is now called the Waukegan Soccer League, which is the largest, over 1,500 children who currently play soccer. And as president of that league, we basically carried it to what it is today. Mm-hmm. I did now have given that position up, and somebody else has been running it for 5 years. But again, another engagement is the festivities of Waukegan for the Hispanic Heritage Month. Mm-hmm. So I have been taking responsibility for that for the last 7 years.
Right.
Where, of course, we engage the people in general. We get 10 to 20,000 people that come into the city and enjoy a beautiful festival and parade. Wow. So besides my business, of course, I've always have a sense of responsibility and obligation really to be a part of it and be engaging in a positive way.
Awesome, man. That is outstanding. I mean, you are a resident.
Yes.
You're very, very involved. Soccer and the, the festivities that you have each year here in Waukegan. Let's talk about a few of your views as a Waukegan school board member.
A few of my views are, for one, I'm one that believes that education should be in the area that any city, any community should be engaged in more aggressively. I do believe that every child in our school system should have opportunities far beyond high school. I believe that they should have the education to really back up whatever it is that they decide to do in their lives. As a parent, of course, I never saw my son not having a higher education beyond high school. You know, he's currently 19, going to a Milwaukee School of Engineering. Awesome. Obviously not finished yet, but working on that. So I do believe that as a school board member, that I'm going to be looking out for some of those areas that I feel need to be addressed, so that to make sure that every single child, regardless of where their background is, regardless of their limited skills, that they have opportunities, way beyond the middle school and the high school, and that whatever it is that they choose to do, we guide them and have that guidance, in the school. I did not speak English at 12, so I understand a large portion of our community needs to be addressed along the lines of language skills, around the lines of mathematics and sciences. My son, being an engineer, he's high into the math, skills. So, and I was an engineering major for a while, by the way. So having said that, I do believe that my biggest concern and priority would be to making sure that we have the programs within the school district that are addressing each and every step of our, from our elementary grade levels all the way up through high school opportunities.
Wow. Man, that's awesome. I mean, I love to hear what some of the views are from the individuals that are seeking a certain position in our community. And one of the things I always look for is whatever position that may be, is there a focus specifically on the people of that particular position? Is there a focus on making things better for those involved? In this particular case, school board. Now I know that this had to be a challenge for you. It's something different, but it seems like to me you don't mind diving into something new, being determined, trying to do your very best to elevate in that particular area. I mean, when I look at the soccer, I mean, for 1,000, 1,500 young people to be involved in that, that's huge. And then to be at the forefront of the festivities here in the Waukegan area every year, that's got to be. I mean, you said something like 20,000 people.
Yeah, we estimate 15 to 20,000.
Wow.
Last year, yes.
Okay, and then of course your business. Now, how long have you been in business?
I started real estate back in California as a young kid at 21. When I moved to Illinois. I got my degree, decided I couldn't afford to go to law school, which was kind of what I wanted to do. Okay. So I started working at a real estate office in 90s. Got my license since 97. Right. So I've been doing real estate since 97, and I did go independent in 2004.
Wow. So you've been in real estate for a little while, and that's got to be a challenge. You know what? I even thought about reaching out to you one time, and I kept seeing, I was looking for a place to stay, and I kept seeing this and kept seeing this. I said, I don't know, maybe I can't afford it, but it seems to me that you are a very nice guy, a very respectable, a very decent person. And I know that the information that I have seen about you represents dedication, experience in your respected area. And of course, I believe in my spirit that you will be a person of leadership. I believe that you could be a great leader guiding our children. Now, I don't want it to be one-sided, to where because you're a particular nationality, then that's your only focus. But I would love to know that you have a focus on not just some, but all of our youth. What's your plans when it comes to reaching out with the other members of the Waukegan School Board, collectively talking about some of the things that should take place in our community? I mean, do you have a focus on that area?
I believe obviously communication. I don't believe in problems without solutions.
Awesome.
We have to absolutely have discussions as a unit. What is, as I said this to Mike Rodriguez respectfully, I go, this is not about you, Mike. This is not about me. This is about our children. All of our children. So it's not about being partisan or going towards one direction. It's about all of our children.
Yeah.
By the way, I went to McClay Junior High back in '94.
Okay.
70% African American. A lot of my friends were. I didn't speak English, by the way. I was very limited.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I went to a school that was very mixed culturally speaking. African American, Hispanics of all kinds. It's kind of very similar to what Waukegan is today. So I'm used to being around children and people in general that are productive, healthy, looking for good solutions for their kids. And that's what I hope to do. This is a reaching across the aisle to all the school band members and focus on the main issue. What can we do to improve the quality of education for our kids and have a line of communication that will hopefully will get us to where we need to do. And I do believe that problems without any discussions are simply problems. We have to find those solutions.
Got to find solutions. Well, let me say this, man. You speak English very well now.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Porfirio Garcia, Waukegan School Board. Looking at the information here in front of me, BA degree, secondary education major, real estate agent, broker, manager for over 23 years. That's awesome. And I'm wow. I just spoke on those three things, and they're right there at the bottom of your card. Dedication, experience, and leadership. We're asking for your vote on April 4th for Porfirio Garcia for the Waukegan School Board. I believe in my spirit that you can and will do an outstanding job. I mean, I'm also a firm believer that you must crawl before you walk.
Yes.
There has to be an initiative. There has to be a starting point. And a lot of the individuals that are either on the school board now or running for school board, they've been there before. You not being, I guess you can say, a person of politics. It's something fairly new for you, but I believe in my spirit that sometimes that's what we need. We need a fresh face. We need a fresh point of view. We need some fresh vision. And I believe in my spirit that you are one of the individuals that can give us that. Some of the individuals that we have had the opportunity to speak to here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, I appreciated their dedication and determination, but the views were slightly deterred to me because I believe in my spirit that, like you said a few moments ago, first things first, we got to look at our children. And this being a very diverse community, we're filled with a variety of different ethnic groups, nationalities. You got to be somebody that can get along with all people, and you have to really be able to face the challenges of each individual group as well as collectively. And I believe that you can and will do that. Now, if somebody had additional questions for you, if they wanted to reach out and maybe speak to you concerning your views and your vision for the Waukegan School Board, is there some information that you can share with us?
Of course. I can give my phone number out. It's a public phone number.
Okay.
I can also give my email. It is easier to get me by email
Okay.
than it is by phone because, of course, respectfully to whoever I'm sitting with, I don't answer my phone.
Right.
But I can do that if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
My direct phone line, cell number is 847-812-9106.
Can you repeat that for me?
Sure. 847-812-9106.
Okay.
Texting would probably be the easiest way if at all possible.
Okay.
My email address, Porfirio Garcia, just as my name spells, PorfirioGarcia, F as in Frank, @gmail.com. Porfirio Garcia, F as in Frank, @gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Now, do you have any social media avenues? Facebook?
You
LinkedIn?
can, yes, of course. I apologize. You can find me on Facebook
Okay.
under Porfirio Garcia. You're gonna find probably two. One under my company, but primarily my Porfirio Garcia. You'll find.
Okay.
There. Yes.
Okay. And wow, man, this is exciting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Because I know that when we when we dive into new ventures, there has to be, number one, a level of excitement. And number two, I'm a firm believer at a high level of passion. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. If you're not passionate, it's all kind of irrelevant. It seems that you have an honest, sincere passion, determination, and dedication to see this thing through. In spite of it being new, you don't seem as though you've been intimidated by those that, I guess you could say, that's been there before. Sometimes we see, oh, man, I got to run against this person, or I got to run against this person. And you and I had a few minutes to talk before we came live on the air, and you yourself even mentioned a couple of great candidates. That's, to me, that's honor. When you see somebody, I never really get involved about political party, Democrat, Republican, this, that. I'm a firm believer that a person should be in a particular position because they would do a great job there. That's my focus. When I vote, I don't vote based on party. I really look at the individual. And again, I appreciate you for your honesty. It's not easy when you dive into a new venture for the first time. I know that. But you seem sincere. You seem passionate about it, and you seem as though once in that position, you're going to do everything you can to do a great job, and that means a lot to me. And I'm sure, without a doubt, that it means a lot to a whole lot of others that are out there listening today. Porfirio Garcia, running for Waukegan School Board. You can early vote up to April 3rd. We're asking you to go out and place your vote. If you don't do anything else, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you cast your vote. Make your vote count. Okay? And of course, if for some odd reason, and I never look at that, if for some odd reason you're not victorious in this particular, I guess you can say, campaign, do you have plans to continue?
If I am not successful at being at the school board, I will continue to be part of this community, and I will continue to address the concerns that I feel need to be addressed in the city. So I'll still be around. I'm not, obviously I would love to be there because I do feel that I can make a huge a difference in how we can do a few things. But at the end of the day, I'm still part of this community. I love Waukegan. It's the perfect city in my book anyways, where you have a good group of people that are from all walks of life, different backgrounds, a lot of different ethnicities. And so I'd still be a part of this beautiful Waukegan.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And the reason I said that, the reason I asked you that question is because I know that sometimes we have to look beyond our current, our situations now. And of course, this is a good starting point for you because you can take a good look at, your goods, your bads, your rights, your wrongs about this process. And then when it all comes around again, you'll know what you should and or shouldn't do. That was one of the reasons I asked that question, because we learn, especially when we initiate new ventures. It's a learning process. Believe me, this entire concept is based on trial and error. Yeah. Okay? So I found out what I couldn't do to realize what I could. Sure. So I believe in my spirit again that you would do a great job. I believe you should I honestly believe you should continue to hang in there and do the best you can at putting your name out there, because people are going to respect you. They're going to appreciate you. They're going to love your determination and dedication to see things through. That's the key right there. You got to think about it. You have made a way of making sure that people see that you're going to be an individual that see things through. The reason I say that, you look at your problems and the solutions. All right, we have this problem. This is not a problem that's going to be pushed aside, put on the back burner. It's here now. Let's see this thing through and then move on. Sure. You see, so that's kind of when I look at you, it's kind of what it, what comes up. So I appreciate you, Porfirio, for stopping by today. I want you to, one last time, I want you to look in that camera. I want you to introduce yourself once more, and then I want you to tell people why you feel in your heart they should go out, first and foremost, and vote on April 4th. More importantly, why you believe they should vote for you.
Wow, that's a tough one. Again, my name is Porfirio Garcia. I do believe in the power of the people, and I do believe that people should go out and vote for who they believe is the right person to do the job that they are hired or elected to do. So having said that in mind, I hope that people see what I can do in the city, the benefit of having somebody like myself on the board. I want to do the best. I do believe in our children and our future, in their future. I do believe that higher education at any level, whatever our kids decide to do, is a must. As parents and as a school district, we should be working together to address those issues. And I hope that everybody gets out there and vote on April 4th and vote for Porfirio Garcia, please. Thank you,
man. That was good. That was good. You know what? That's good stuff, man.
I'm
and I like to just make sure that I allow people to come down and share what's on their heart. Be comfortable, have fun. You know, I am not a structured type individual. I believe that if you come in and you spontaneously speak from the heart, that's going to speak volume about you and who you are. You know, and people need to understand that. You know, we are in a time now to where, you know, we need to be recognized for who we are, and not based on people's opinion of us. There's one thing about opinions. I said it to Lisa yesterday. Everybody has an opinion, you know, but if you're going to have one, draw your own conclusion. Don't base your opinion on what somebody else says. And that's one of the reasons I like people to come in and see who you are. You're a good guy, man. I mean, you know, you're a good guy. I love it. I appreciate you coming in. But before we let you go, tell us a little bit about your real estate business, because people may not know that you're into that.
I don't. Okay, I will. I hold back for my business because I don't want to be misunderstood when somebody sees me as an opportunist in some way, and I say that respectfully. I am a real estate broker. I've been doing it for all of my life. That is my livelihood. Income. But I'm more concerned. You know, I'm a person of faith, and I do believe that, you know, in our life we do things that we love. And I told my son, I'm going to give you one piece of advice: find what you love. Figure out how to make a living at it and do it for the rest of your life. And so I love teaching, but I didn't see myself in the classroom. So I like to go out there and educate myself and the people around me and everything that I do. Real estate is an adventure. It gives me a livelihood. I love handing over keys to families that I've cried with them many, many times. I do it because of the love of knowing that I'm putting somebody in their home, not because of the money, even though money is obviously welcome in our lives. But, but it is something that is my passion, real estate. You said it earlier. We have to do things that we're passionate about. I'm passionate about real estate, and I'm passionate about our kids' education. And that's the two that I'm trying to combine in this life that I have.
Well, you know what? I honor that. I respect that. I appreciate, you know, the way you approach that, because I mean, I can kind of tell, in a sense, you like to kind of keep them, you know, kind of separate but together, you know. And of course, when you look at our children coming up, you know, and I look at what you're doing today, you know, it's almost like a connect the dots scenario. Maybe at some point there could be some internships, there could be some guidance for people who can see a future and they have a passion for something like real estate. I know I'm driving to get more and more youth involved in broadcasting, live streaming, live video streaming for that matter. I'm trying to get into the school system, trying to get to a point to where we could live stream the Waukegan school board meetings, the county board meetings, and so on, and even live stream some of the events that take place in our school system. I think the more we get our kids involved in some positive things, the more we'll be successful at deterring away from the negativity, the gangs, the drugs, you know, that sort of thing. So again, I appreciate you, Porfirio, for coming down today. I wouldn't have had it any different. I wouldn't. I mean, I just couldn't have asked for a better opportunity and a better time to have you come down. You can always know that this platform is here. If there's something that you'd like to reach out and share with the people, by all means, don't hesitate to pick up the phone, give me a call and say, hey, Kevin, I got something I'd love to share with the people. Can I stop by? I'm going to say the door's open.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to say the door is open. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank God for Porfirio Garcia coming down to the GMAP Broadcast Network, running for school board. Don't forget, get out and vote on April 4th. Make your vote count. And make sure that you base your vote on your own opinion, your own heart, and your own determination to put the right person in the right places for the right reasons. Again, Porfirio Garcia. God bless you, man. Thank you for coming down. We're going to get back to more continuous music right here on the #1 faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast network. By the way, that would be us, the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com.